Man, let me tell you something, man. College math is no fucking joke, man. I'm telling you. Like, in all my classes, I have, like, B's and higher. Except for my math, which is statistics. Yeah, statistics. This shit's no joke. For people that are not in college, usually what they do, where most college classes do, correct me if I'm wrong, it might just be my community college going ass self, as I am embarrassed to say that, but I got 2 hours I can start. Fucking quiz I'm doing. Like, on some real shit, like, for people that don't go to college, what my college does, most of the classes, they grab a textbook containing the course material, and their curriculum, which is basically what all your assignments, homework, projects, tests, quizzes are all based off of, homework is all based off of, is that textbook. Meaning that you can't get mad at the teacher for it being too hard. Okay, sure, right? This question's easy. Let me do it as I talk. But oh yeah, for math, not only do you have to pay for a textbook, an ebook. Don't be like, well, oh, you have to get a textbook. You know, you use your iPad to record videos. Why can you not just find a PDF of the textbook and use that? No, you need an ebook because the existence of Pearson, My Stat Lab. People that go to college know what that is. It's basically like back in high school there was Delta Math and IXL, that for college, right? Look, $130 calculator, right? Because North Carolina wants us to buy this shit, right? It's let me go over as I do this quiz. Oh yeah, you can use, by the way, what I'm doing is not like, I'm not on Respondus or anything, which is something else kind of crazy I never knew existed, but makes sense because no, it doesn't make sense. It's like make an appointment, go physically to take your exam on paper, right, to ensure no cheating. Like, y'all got us online for this long. Y'all don't got at least a little bit of paper to make a test and we go in person and then we leave? We're fucking 18 years and older. 90% of us drive. Not my ass, unfortunately. Eventually I'll get there. Eventually I'll make a video, man. Instead of being in my room, I'll be in my car. Eventually, who knows? But most of us drive. You at least make us take a test, like in person, instead of, whatever. If you know, you know about Respondus. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, the textbook is going off of the curriculum. No, the curriculum goes off of the textbook, right? Homework, quizzes, tests, assignments, projects, all of that. This class is so fucking hard. To the point it's like very rarely I think education is like unfair. But I think this class is evil. This not class, but this like course is evil. This textbook is evil. These due dates, these deadlines are evil. Exhibit A. Why the hell is the test, the exam? Let me turn on this light so I can see my calculator. Because there's no fucking brightness. Look, y'all can barely see that. Look at the screen. Let me turn on this light so I can see my test. My calculator. Exhibit A. The projects, which, yes. Wow, oh my god, imagine having projects in math. Yeah, that's me. I got projects in math. And, terrible. I've not gotten above a 60 on either one of them, bro. Like, and I could not care less because all the homework and quizzes I get decent grades on. And as long as I don't fail, I'm fine. Like, I could not care less. Like, I do bare minimum. This shit is actually, like, it's made to fuck you over. Oh, shit. Hopefully my mom does not walk in. She does. I'll just pick up this video when she leaves, probably. But Exhibit A, the damn, the tests and the projects are done on the same day. And what I mean by that is you go to class and you take your test, right? That night, that very night, all the nights that you would normally be doing the project, you also have to study for the test. What kind of what kind of bullshit is that? Like, why are you taking a test? Like, and boom, that night, the second you walk out the classroom, you gotta stress that you have a couple hours for a project to be due. I'm talking the very night of the test, to the point the teacher noticed. And this is how I could tell. The teacher noticed. And the teacher's great. I have nothing wrong with the teacher, which is also kind of evil. Like, you would think bad teacher, bad class go together, or like bad curriculum go together. Right, back in high school, that was true. But in this, all the instructors are super nice. I have no problems with any one of them. But if their assignments are bullshit, they don't get on that really quick because they didn't make them. Like, they could care less. Right? And also, oh yeah, back to what I was saying, like, no, I'm just gonna talk to you guys, and I'll do this quiz in a little bit. I'm not gonna make this video super long. But, what was I gonna say? Teacher-made exams. Yeah, the project is due the same day you take the test, and the teacher knew about it. How did I know? Because I'm pretty sure she realized how many people did not turn in projects because it's I'm talking the very night. It's on Wednesday, right? My test is probably next Wednesday, right? Literally, like, that Monday, we go and we review. And by review, she just gives us a packet with very similar questions to the test. It's not, no, okay, we go over everything on the board and do practice problems together. And then we do some on our own together, some on our own together, some on our own. Like, we do not walk out the class until we understood what was said to us, type deal. Or play Kahoot, probably not Kahoot, but play something where, like, you can work towards, like, a fun game. I don't know. Group activity, Jeopardy, something, right? No, it's none of that. You just get a packet with some of the questions, well, like, questions similar to what you see in the test, and then that's it. And then you walk out, and you gotta, like, study that packet. But the teacher knew nobody's gonna turn in the project because the project was due, and then, like, 2 days after, she changed the due date to, like, that Sunday. You know, after the test was done on Wednesday. So she extended it by like 4 or 5 days because she knew that there was like barely any submissions for the project. And she never closes anything out, so like you have the entire year to do it, even if you get a 0. The lowest grade you can get is a 52. It would never, or like, the lowest grade you can get is a 50. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or not the lowest, the highest you can get is a 50 if you turn it in way past the due date. So, I don't know. Exhibit B. The notes are absolutely terrible. I'm using my iPad to record this video, but I wish I could show you guys like some of the notes we do. Well, the notes for this exam specifically, they're not terrible, but they could have been better. And it makes me appreciate back in high school when there was classwork. Every day you do an assignment to clear, like, to hands-on do the problems that the teacher just taught you. There's none of that. You go take notes, go take notes, go take notes. And maybe Friday you do a little activity. Friday only, and then you leave. Hell, last Friday, today's Saturday. Yesterday, We just did an assignment and then we left. She didn't even go over it, my guy. But the notes for this one were terrible. I'm pretty sure you guys know that on Monday, Canvas was down for like everybody. And it came back like in the afternoon. Teachers were like extending due dates and shit. And it fucks teachers because they have a bunch of classes to handle. I know people in high school were having a field day, or hopefully they don't got the teachers that do everything physical, which I could honestly appreciate. But I don't do nothing physical probably no more. I'm gonna try my best to do everything on the trusty old iPad here, which is what I do. I take my notes on my iPad, but like the notes were terrible. Like they were all jank. Like there were some sections missing, and it was confusing. Like the calculator instructions were not even there. Absolutely terrible. And now Exhibit C, right? Exhibit C is a problem that she could fix, but I feel like she's refusing to, and it's making her class really hard. Absences happen, right? It is getting cold. People just get sick. They don't want me to come, but they don't realize how much it's like how much of my ass is getting bitten off by not going. Why? Not all classes, but why? Because something I don't understand why she does not do is that the notes that she took that class that you missed, she should post them on Canvas. Post the written notes on Canvas. I know she knows how to do that, and she did it when Canvas was down and we could not fill in notes, which we did. We just put out a sheet of paper and just filled in what we can, but she had the notes right there. Like filled in notes from that class, and I'm like, she should do that every day. Post the filled in notes that you miss, so you can fill them out and at least get something instead of showing up to class. Because I'm gonna get into that. That's gonna be Exhibit D. Instead of a whole section in the chapter that you missed, completely empty. You do not know what happened because she did not post nothing, and you did not do nothing. I feel like, bro, some of these teachers, like, they're like, oh my gosh, try your best to show up to class. If you don't show up to class, you're kind of cooked. It's like, but you can make it easier because sicknesses happen. So what? You got the flu, strep throat, and shit. You're just gonna show up? Hell no, you're not. You're probably just gonna cancel your class. And they assign assignments every week, which is slower than high school, but it's still not the best thing in the world. Yeah, man. Exhibit D. D, right? D. How this textbook is laid out is ridiculous. So every single module, I think there's 5. Every module has 2 chapters in the one module. So module 1 has chapter 1 and 2. Module 2 has chapter 3 and 4. Module 3, which I'm on right now, 5 and 6. Wait. 5 and 6. Yeah, 5 and 6, 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 5 and 6. 5 and 6, and the next one has 7 and 8, etc., right? But she tests us on both of those chapters, and I really think that's an L. Why? Because that's a lot of information. Like, you guys don't understand. Oh my god. My first exam for this class, bro, like, if this video gets to 20 minutes, I'll put this as a talking for 20 minutes video because, it counts. I'm just ranting and complaining. But like, bro, my first exam, I was so confident that I was gonna get a good grade. Nothing's worse than like, I'm gonna tell you guys the score I got. Nothing's worse than taking a test, right? You look at the exam questions, you're like, yeah, I got this. I'm confident. You do everything right. You do your math. You round your numbers. You use the calculator, right? You get all of that shit done just to get a 42. A 42. Like, I'm gonna start looking up here now. I look so stupid right now. I'm looking down. Like, what you guys are seeing, I'm looking down here. If you guys were right here, then yeah. A 42, man. Thank God I did an extra credit. That gave me a 52. A 52. The project even worse. I think, no. I think I got like a 48 on the test and like a 52 with the extra credit. But then the project was even worse. That's what I got a 42 on, the project. And she was like, go ahead and redo it. Like, use the rubric to improve your grade. I could not. Because the project requires you to make a histogram on some whatever website. I've looked up like 50,000 websites to make a histogram, which is like a bar graph. Why do all of them suck ass? Like, bro, in the project, I literally skipped it because it's like 4 points off. I'm like, fuck it. I ain't gonna get in 100 anyway. But like, bro, fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it's so badly laid out. Why 2 chapters in one exam? That's so ridiculous. In this class, man, you don't learn slope. You don't learn none of that pussy shit. Linear exponential graphs. No. You don't learn none of that. You have curves. You got normal distributions and bell curves and standard deviation and sample mean, population mean. People in high school not know what the fuck I'm saying probably because this is not what they taught us. And even Math 3, I thought Math 3 was hard. I thought North Carolina Math 3 was hard. Right? Massively mistaken. Massively mistaken. I'm gonna get this exam done. I'll catch you guys later, man. It's literally, look, it's dark out. Like, I gotta get this exam done, man. I'll catch you guys later, man.